this week's episode, walking pads, Facebook Marketplace, and who the heck is Susan? Before we get into the episode, please give me a cheeky little follow on Instagram, Miss Brightside 25, and I'd love for you to give me a follow on TikTok and Facebook too, and I am Miss Brightside 25 on them all. Let's get into it. Hello, it's me, Miss Brightside, back for another episode. Well, what have I been up to this week is the question. What have I been doing? Well, I finally faced it. I finally had the epiphany I needed to get my bum moving and get back to the gym. Now, who've listened to the first couple of episodes from early January, you will know I have zero motivation for the gym. And also, I'm never going to be a gym girly. So when I was back in the gym this week, there were lots of beautiful boys and girls, men and women, all doing their little weights, doing their little workouts. And then there was me, in my ever-famous gym leggings, which I never normally see the sight of a gym, with one of my oversized baggy t-shirts. This one was one of my faves, which had a kindness quote in front, because I'm always spreading a bit of joy. And I was in there, feeling a bit self-conscious, but I was like, no, focus on you, you do you. I looked round and there were some girls with these little crop tops on and they looked fantastic. And I thought to myself, I am never going to be a girl who rocks up to the gym in a crop top. Because you know what? I am a millennial who loves an oversized t-shirt and a pair of leggings. That doesn't make me any different to them. Underneath here, got a bloody lovely sports bra on. But that's not seeing the light of day. It's a lovely atmosphere, actually. It is quite an intimidating environment when I get back to it. But no, I've been getting out there, I've been getting myself moving. My main thing I've been doing is walking. Walking, at least 10,000 steps a day. Now, I know that 10,000 is technically a made-up number. And it's an aim for, that's shows you fit. I went for a walk, if anybody's seen it. I went for a walk up one of the local parks. And I was 10 minutes in and I was like, do you know what? Every bit of my soul does not want to do this. And then by about 40 minutes in, I was like, take it all back. I'm having a fabulous time. Sunshine was out. The wind was blowing. I was deep in thought. And I thought to myself, the endorphins are kicked in now. We're ready to go. And it's a bit like life, innit? You go up and down as a roller coaster. Sometimes things are hard and sometimes things are easy. And you think, this is why I did it now. But yeah, I'm trying to get that consistency, trying to eat well. Made myself a fake away tonight with bit of rice, bit of soya chicken. Not soya chicken. Ugh, who eats soya chicken? Oh, no thank you. Soya sauce chicken with spices and everything. Oh, it was really tasty. Bit of Mayflower curry sauce. Oof, can't go wrong with that. It was beautiful. That's pretty much been my week. What are we talking about today? Well, I have a story to tell you before we go into a bit of a quote and a bit about remembering. We never know what somebody's going through. So I'm going to tell you a little story. As I'm into my fitness journey and my fitness era, I thought to myself, I've seen them all over TikTok, seen them all over Facebook, and I'm like, you know what I'd really like? I'd really like a walking pad. So I could walk in the house while I'm watching telly. Now, I am fully aware that I am a trend girl and I will buy something, use it for a very short period of time, and then be like, done with that, get it gone. So I thought, I'm going to buy a second-hand one and I am going to scan the Facebook marketplaces so you can get some absolute bargains to see if I can find one I fancy. So I decide, there's a little look, puts in walking pad, and a little look through the reviews, comes across one about 20 minutes from where I live, and I thought, that's not too far. Now it was up in dollars for $135. Thought to myself, I'm going to put an extremely cheeky offer in here because I know they're about £100 on TikTok shop-ish, and I want to get one a little bit cheaper. And particularly, I was looking for one with a handle, right? Because if anybody knows me well, I am the queen of the crab walk. I can't walk in a straight line. If you paid me, I probably would fail. You know, when you watch the American films and you've got to put your finger to your nose and walk up a straight line, and I'd fall over if I was so sober. Would not be a good judgment of whether I was drunk driving or not, which nobody should ever do, by the way. But You know when you got to do that, but I don't know what's called now in America, sobriety test? No, is that a word? I need one with a handle, so not to hold on to it, but to balance my hands on, so it doesn't matter where I'm looking in the room, because wherever I'm looking, that's the direction my feet are going to go in, so I can stay and not fall off, because I need that balance, because I haven't got any. So stumbles across this walking pad, decides to put an extremely cheeky offering of £70. So it's up for $135. And I thought, I'm going to put a cheeky offering for £70. And I am going to read you the said messages that I had after that. Yeah, it was an interesting conversation. So I'm going to read them out to you. It was from a lady, obviously not going to name who she was. So this is what I said. This is me. Hiya, I'm interested in your walking pad. Is it still available and would you accept £70, please? Thank you. Reply back. From, what am I going to call her? I got to give her a name. From Susan. We're going to call her Susan. Susan replies, it's not a walking pad. It's a treadmill. And no, I want to accept £70. 2 seconds later. You want to play less than half of what I'm asking for? An emoji looking up to the sky. I thought, I've clearly annoyed her. Do you know what? I'm going to be kind. I'm going to write back. Me? No problem. I understand. I was only asking. You have the price up in dollars, so I wasn't completely sure what you meant. If you meant that in pounds. No problem, lovely. Thanks for letting me know. Reply back. The platform was up in dollar. The platform put it up in dollars, not me. What a cheeky moo you are! Exclamation mark, exclamation mark. If you're in the area, come back with a decent offer. And why are you calling it a walking pad when it clearly is a treadmill? Thought, oh, really frustrated she is now. Susan is absolutely tamping. I goes back. I thought, you know what? I'm going to apologise. Technically, I'm going to have to apologise for. She could have just said no thank you. But I thought, no, I'm going to be a decent person. I'm going to kill her with kindness. Very sorry to upset you. I honestly didn't mean to offend you. I only called her a walking pad, as that's what I searched for, and that's what came up. They both look very similar, as they are compact. I really didn't mean to upset you. Have a lovely Friday. I understand they're expensive to buy. No worries. And then Susan continues to be tamping for quite some time. It literally says treadmill on the ad. And the video clearly shows it going up to speeds over 15 kilometres an hour. Oof. Imagine me running on her. Be like Mo Farah. No. Mo Farah, yeah, he's a marathon runner. He's super fast. Who's the other really? Usain Bolt, I be like Usain Bolt on there. Upset me? Question mark. You obviously offended me by offering £70 for an item that cost me over £300 to buy. The lowest I'd go is £125. So if you can't offer me that, then don't waste my time. And I thought, right, we're at a point now where Susan cannot take any more messages from me. I've said sorry, I'm going to leave her be. Then proceeds to send me a screenshot of the exchange rates, which says following. 135 US dollars equates to 99 English pounds apparently. Exchange rate would be £100 even if it was meant to be in dollars. So you're taking the absolute piss by asking if I take £70! Exclamation mark. So she starts to get a bit verbally abusive. Ignored her. Then at 7:15, whole days later, she sent me another message. Reported you for a deliberately low offer. You really offended me with that joke of an offer. It was absolutely so rude of you! Exclamation mark, exclamation mark. Absolute piss take, treating people like as people low like that. So the moral of the story is, Susan was tamping human majors. And yes, it was an extremely a cheap offer, and I knew that when I sent it. But I was trying it on to see if I could get myself a bargain. And in other news, I managed to go over to another local valley bar guide and pick one up for 50 English pounds today with a much better setup, absolute bargain. So I've even saved myself £20. As much as poor Susan was tapping human raging, my point to today's podcast is as follows. We don't actually know what poor Susan's been through in the last couple of weeks. The quote I want to draw your attention to is, some of us are walking in the shadows and some of us are walking in the sun. So when I've been going on my walks, I've been thinking about that, like going round and how lovely it is. Like I said on my walk at the beginning, where I was walking through the like little foresty route where I was in the shadows I couldn't be bothered to do my walk. And then by the time I got to sunshine, being on my walk a little bit, the endorphins had kicked in. I felt so much better. I thought to myself, yeah, I'm in the sun. I'm enjoying now. And as much as I laugh about it, because like I said, you don't know what Susan's gone through. It's about us all remembering there's times in our lives where even myself, I've been so angry at the world. I've been so angry, like when I've lost family members, I've been bereaved, I've done something, and I am seething. Maybe somebody's had road rage. I don't get road rage very often. I get a little bit annoyed, but it's not my thing. But like I know some people get road rage, or some people get really frustrated, and it's always the straw that breaks the camel's back in it. Whether it's like you try to post a letter through a post box that gets jammed, and you're like, oh my God, and you lose your patience over that. But that's not the issue. The issue is something else that's been going on in your life where everything's got too much, and that's the point that you've blown or got frustrated. So I do wonder what's gone on in little old Susan's life that has frustrated her that much that I have wound her up to get that angry about it. She's now taken said listing down. It no longer exists. I did report her for abusive language because personally, I know I'd give her a cheeky offer, but I don't think I deserve to be so sweared at. Sworn at? Yeah, one of them. So I beat her to it with reporting me. She reported me for an extremely low offer. Yeah, but I just wanted to remind everybody that, well, I say remind everybody, but just to think to yourself sometimes, if somebody's having a bad day with you and you know them quite well, don't get me wrong, there are some people in this world who are just not very nice people. Maybe that's the way they are all the time, and they don't deserve, well, I say don't deserve, that's a bit strong, but some of those people maybe don't understand that kindness costs nothing and please and thank yous cost nothing, no matter how rich or poor you are. I'm always about spreading that bit of kindness. But yeah, think about if somebody's been angry with you recently or frustrated or whatever, are they walking in the shadows or are they walking in the sun? And I think that makes you have a real good thought process and a bit more empathy for what somebody's going through. Now, even if you're going through an horrendous time, being vile and rude is not an excuse. However, you can give somebody a little bit of leeway if you know that's not normally them. So yeah, moral of the story, don't be Susan. Be more Miss Brightside. Kill people with kindness if they're being mean to you. Sometimes I just say smile and wave, because what's the worst they could say you did? Do you know what she did? She smiled and waved at me. But in the scheme of things, I always try to fall on the side of caution and think, you don't really know what that person's gone through today. So I always give them that bit of leeway. Anyway, that's enough from me. Hope you enjoyed this week's episode and have an absolutely amazing week. And watch out for Susan on Facebook Marketplace. Speak soon. Thank you so much for listening to me. You don't understand how much it means to me, you guys listening. But more importantly, give us a little cheeky follow on Instagram if I haven't already done it. Miss Brightside25. And remember, see the positives even in the little things. And have an absolutely amazing week.